I, 22 male, just walked in on my girlfriend, 21 female, of 7 years sleeping with my roommate, 22 male. My last class of the day was cancelled, so I decided to come home and surprise my girlfriend. I went to the store and grabbed everything to make her favorite meal, lasagna. I was carrying the bags up the stairs and put them down in front of the door to fish my keys out of my pocket, and then I heard my girlfriend moaning. I thought that she was taking care of herself because I know that she likes to do that sometimes when I'm not around, so I didn't have a sudden, aha moment or anything. I walked in and there were her and my roommate on the couch. I opened the door and kind of just froze when I saw it. She looked up at me and he turned around and saw it was me, and I just saw red. As much as I wanted to, I didn't kick his ass. I just dropped the bags and walked away. As I was getting into my car, they both came running out and yelling at me to stop, but I just floored it and got out of there as quickly as I could. I called my best friend and talked to him about it. He offered to come kick his ass. I told him no. I didn't want him to get in trouble from it. I even had the engagement ring that I planned to use to propose to her this summer when we went on vacation. It's in my safe that I keep in the closet, so I know that she doesn't know about it. But I plan to spend the rest of my life with her. Why didn't I see this coming? My last class was supposed to start at 12, but since it was cancelled, I was home by 12:30. So it's been 4+ hours. My phone has been blowing up from both of them. I haven't looked at any of the messages or answered any of the calls. I called my bank and made sure that she wasn't on any of my accounts for anything. I'm going to go back later tonight and pack up all of her stuff and drop it off at her place tomorrow. Then I'll probably take a bag of clothes to my friend's house and stay there until school ends, 3 weeks. What do I do next? Edit, I'm at my best friend's house. Him and his sister have been super awesome to me. Their doorbell rang about 5 minutes ago. It was her. His sister kicked her out. I wanted to go yell at her, but I started drinking Fireball instead. It's going to be a long couple weeks until school gets out. TL, DR. Found girlfriend screwing my roommate. I left. Already made sure she wasn't on my bank accounts. Had no contact with either of them. Have a place to stay until school ends. Update. First, I want to thank each and every one of you who have given me advice, offered me an ear to rant/yell to, or offered me a shoulder to cry on. After my first edit, many of you messaged me and asked me not to drink / that I was better than that / that this wasn't the thing to do. I sincerely appreciate that. My friend and his sister took me out to dinner to try to get my mind off of everything. At first, I wasn't really up to going, but I figured that it would be better to try to focus my mind on something different. My friends called up a couple of my other friends, and the 6 of us went out to dinner. At first, I wasn't really into it. I was kind of down, but my friends did anything and everything that they could to cheer me up. I can honestly say that I love my friends and everything that they've done for me. My best friend's sister, Emily, went through all the messages on my phone from both of them and deleted anything that didn't need to be on there. She texted both of them from my phone telling them that it was her that was texting, and told her that a friend would be by at a certain time to pick up my stuff tomorrow, and she told him that I would be by tomorrow to grab some things, and that I was going to try to get out of the lease by talking to my landlord. I want you all to know that I've read through each and every one of these comments, and that I've read through every message that's been sent to me on here. I plan on replying to a couple tonight or tomorrow. I'm really tired, but wanted to let you all know how much you've helped me. Finally, to the people that have been in the same position as I'm currently in, or to those that have been in a situation even relatively similar, I have a couple things. First, none of what your XSO did says anything about you. It shows what kind of person they are. Your reactions tell the kind of person that you are. Secondly, all of you are much stronger than you realize. Many of you have given me such amazing advice, and you know exactly where I'm coming from. Talking about it isn't always the easiest, and many of you did to try to help an internet stranger, so thank you. Finally, many of you have much greater things to look forward to. Like one of old teachers said, it's like moving on to the next book in the sequence. Yeah, you may have to wait a little bit for the author to release it, but it's worth the wait. Also, To the kind individual that gave me gold, thank you. I plan on donating $5 tomorrow to a charity because of you. For anybody else that would like to, pick your favorite charity, and donate, or just do something nice for somebody else, it can have a huge impact on their life. I, 22 male, walked in on my girlfriend, 22 female, in bed with another guy, but she was clothed and denies doing anything. What should I do? So the night before, a few friends and I DJ'd a house party in a college town and it was a guy's night out. My girlfriend and I had recently moved out of that area of the city, but we don't live together although we live near each other. Her and I texted a little that night but didn't say much. She and I both knew I would be crashing on a couch or open bed. I end up sleeping in an open bed, by myself, however it wasn't the most comfortable, so I woke up early. At around 8 a.m., I decide to head home. On my way home I decided to stop by my girlfriend's house and surprise her. She sleeps until 10 a.m. every morning. Surprises in relationships are the key to discovering cheaters. So, I walk into her house and on the way to her room, I stopped by her roommate's room because the door was open and I heard voices. I walk in and I find my girlfriend's roommate with one of their coworkers. Girlfriend and her two roommates work at a restaurant/bar together, just getting up and ready for the day. The second I walk in, I get the deer in the headlights/oh crap. Look. This gave me a bad vibe so I headed straight upstairs to my girlfriend's room. The deer in the headlights/oh crap look is such a giveaway that something isn't right. I walk in and find her in bed, with another guy. She was wearing pants and a sweater but he wasn't wearing a shirt and had covers over his torso so I couldn't tell if he was wearing clothes. They were both laying down with their legs sort of on top of each other's. I start screaming at her asking, "Who the hell is he? And what is he doing in bed with you?" She says he is a family friend from out of town. I have never seen this guy before nor heard her talk about him, which leads me to believe he's one of her exes. However, she denies that. She tells me that the night before, her roommate, her coworker who's banging her roommate, and this mystery guy were drinking at the restaurant/bar where they work, and that they all went back to her place after. She says she went to bed and a little bit later he comes into her room wanting to smoke some herbs. She has them thanks to me, so they proceeded to smoke in her bed. And then she supposedly passed out and so did he. A few hours later, I walk in. I was so close to completely losing it and smashing everything, including his face. But I didn't due to the fact that I didn't want to deal with the police and possibly go to jail. I have a close friend who walked in on his fiancée and after beating the guy to a pulp, he spent the night in jail. After I hear her explanation, I say "F you, we're done, I'm out," and I storm out. She runs after me, holds my car door open as I'm getting in to keep me from driving away. I drive away regardless and head home. I get home, try to collect myself and call a good friend who lives in the nearby mountains. He tells me to drive on up to his place to go chill. As I am pulling out of my driveway, the now ex-girlfriend is pulling up. I maneuver around her and speed away. She turns around and starts following me. She also is blowing my phone up with phone calls. I pull some fast and furious crap and eventually lose her. I make it up the mountain to my friend's place, we kill a handle of Fireball, dab countless globs, smoke about half a zip, and successfully forget about the situation. Another friend picks me up later and drives me home. Everyone has their own way of dealing with issues, that's mine. I wake up the next day to knocking on my door. I open the door, and look who it is. She's been sitting outside my front door all morning waiting for me to wake up. I let her explain herself and she still denies doing anything with this family friend. I then ask her, even if you didn't do anything, why did you think it was okay for him to sleep in your bed, with you, especially with his shirt off? And why didn't he, or you, sleep on the perfectly fine couch in the living room, which countless people have slept on before? She tells me he has a bad back and wanted to sleep in a bed and that she passed out before she could do anything. The whole situation is pretty unbelievable, but now I'm just calling BS. She asks me what she can do to get me to believe her and I tell her to just give me space. It's been a week now and she hasn't contacted me. I love her but I don't believe her. What should I do? Should I believe her or should I just leave? Part of me wants to take her back, another part wants me to completely forget about her, and another part wants to get revenge. What can I do to find the truth? Has anyone else had a similar situation? Any and all input is appreciated. Thanks. P.S. I owe her about $600. Should my debt be cleared? Thoughts? TL.DR. I walked in on my girlfriend in bed with another guy, but she was clothed and denies doing anything with him. What should I do? Should I believe her? Had a painful but necessary breakup with my girlfriend. She immediately walked over to my friend's apartment and slept with him. I'm having a devastatingly hard time coping. So, I, 28 male, broke up with my longtime girlfriend, 28 female, of 4.5 years about a month ago. We have been traveling together for years now and have slowly been growing apart. Nothing in common, differences in the way we view the world, etc. In short, I fell out of love with her over the past year or so and believe I made the painful but honest decision to end a relationship that was no longer working for me. Needless to say, she was heartbroken. She wanted to make things work and I no longer did. I knew when I decided to break up with her that I would have to break her heart, but I maintained that it was the right thing to do. One main factor in my decision to leave her was how emotionally immature she can be. She is awful at handling stress and is incredibly stubborn. We are very different in this regard because I consider myself very level-headed and never make a choice without thinking about every outcome. Her immaturity becomes immediately apparent with what happens next. The night we broke up, she barely cried. She stood up and walked out of our apartment. The two of us only have a couple of friends where we live and our closest friend, 25 male, lives in our apartment complex also. We've known him for about 8 months. My ex walked over to his apartment, they had drinks and then they slept together. 1 week later, they went on a trip together to a nearby city for 3 days, just the two of them. They both posted pictures all over social media of them together. She later admitted she wanted to hurt me with those pictures. Since I found out, I have been devastated. I have never felt such pain and anger in my life. It feels to me like a betrayal of such a magnitude that I never even thought existed. I feel as if I'm grieving after being cheated on, even though I know that's not the case. My friend was willing to throw everything that him and I shared away for a chance to sleep with my ex. He pretended to care about how I was doing after he slept with her too, and now that I know, I feel physically ill when I think about it. I have talked a lot with my ex, and honestly I've gotten a lot of closure. I understand why she did it. She was incredibly hurt and confused. She needed some form of comfort even if it was a mistake. However, I cannot forgive him for what he did and I need help. He had every opportunity to save my relationship with him and to show integrity and class. He could have been a good friend to her without sleeping with her, but at every turn, he decided that getting laid was more important than our friendship. My ex had even admitted that she thinks what he did to me was gross. My question is, how do I let go of my absolute hatred? I'm on a razor's edge. I break down in tears at the slightest inconveniences and I'm a hollow shell of myself when I look in the mirror. I suspect and worry that I'm slipping into depression. I know this is probably not the biggest deal in the world, so thanks to anyone who reads this and thanks further to anyone who decides to respond. I walked in my girlfriend of 3 years cheating on me with a teammate and a friend of mine from my soccer team. Long story short, 3 weeks ago I, 21 male, walk in on my girlfriend, 20 male, making out and blowing my teammate and a friend of mine at a party. I was supposed to be at work, but I was lucky to leave work early. I left without saying anything and she followed me to beg me for forgiveness and another chance, saying she will do anything to fix it, and it was a one-time mistake. She was drunk, and she wouldn't do that while sober, and she's extremely sorry. I am numb, heartbroken, my mind is all over the place. Since we leave together, I leave her and in the house, asks for some space, and come back home later in the afternoon the following day. She goes to pick something up from the kitchen and a message pops up on her phone and it's my friend, making fun of me and asking how I bought her BS. I go through the messages and I find out about their affair, which has been going on for a month. I confront her and admits to cheating. She then broke down crying, saying she's sorry, that it didn't mean anything, that she was lonely because I work a lot and she wanted to break it off, she only loves me, blah blah. I love her very much, I love her mom and younger sister, my parents love her, but I broke up with her and gave her 2 months to move. I quit the team and I have started the process of moving out. The thing is, she's an exchange student, her mother is a widow and I have been financially supporting her as well as paying for her college. My parents want me to forgive her and her mom also wants me to forgive her, because to them she just made a mistake and was immature, and she also deals with chronic depression. She is one of those wonderful, extra caring, hypersensitive women who almost everyone likes. My team doesn't want to suspend or expel the other guy and wants us to act professionally for the team and not to bring personal matters to the team. They are begging me to forgive him and stay for the team as am their best goalkeeper. The guy is a recovering addict who has trouble getting a job and basically plays for our club to make a living. He is also one of our best players and the coach's nephew. I play to earn some extra money. I don't really know what to do. Should I just suck it up for everyone else? TL.DR. I walked in my girlfriend of 3 years cheating on me with a teammate and a friend of mine from my soccer team. I found out about their affair, quit the team, broke up with my girlfriend, and I am planning on moving out. But almost everyone is begging me I forgive them.